and welcome to TGIF Top Gear India Fridays. Wait a minute, wasn't it Thank God It's Friday?
No, but this is a Top Gear India Friday. This is a Friday which is different, an automotive Friday, right Sanit?
Yeah, and this one is a special. Now, normally you're used to us sitting in the studio with people working in the background, but this time we have something very different.
We have changed the background.
Exactly. And we have someone special with us as well.
Guys, I am Sargam Koushal, Mrs. World 2022, and I'm here with the beasts.
So we thought among all the beasts, why not have a beauty with us? So Sargam, you have so many beasts to choose from. We will go through the day later, but let's set the context correct. Why are we here? Why off-roading?
Well, speaking of off-roading, I have a few things first. You reviewed the Thar Rocks and it's been doing great on our social media page and you have been quite comprehensive. And if you guys want to watch that video, click on the pop-up link right here. But I have one specific question. They called it the SUV. Now, is that because they're taking a dig at other SUVs because manufacturers have bastardized that name? Even small hatchbacks with plastic cladding are now called SUVs. So why are we here? Are we trying to do something with the OG SUVs?
So you see, Thar Rocks is actually a segment breaker, it's a disruptor, it's a vehicle which is going to really make a lot of people even ditch a Creta or a Harrier, even a Thar, even a Scorpio. But you know, it's a vehicle which is not like this Thar, which is a 3-door, which you need 1+1. This is a vehicle which just one is enough. Now, having said that, we didn't try the 4x4 that much because we were given 4x2. That's why it's not here. But the real vehicles, if you want to really go off-roading, then actually these are the cars which are tried and tested. We have the G Wagon and we have the Jimny, which are 2 poles apart. Sargam must be thinking, how can someone take a car which is worth 3-4 crores on off-roading, right? That's why, you see, that's why it's kept very neat and clean, because even we couldn't dare. That's the whole premise.
That's how most G Wagon owners do it.
But look at the Jeep Rubicon, which is where the Thar Rocks is actually going to be compared with, Sanit.
Yeah.
Rubicon is Rubicon. I don't think there's a comparison. It sits somewhere else. But Thar Rocks is definitely good. It's going to take market from Rubicon. But people who really want that American muscle, and we have seen the capability, this tire has actually taken so many things out from the racket, including the Toyota Hilux, including the Force Gurkha, including the 4x4
That's
Thar.
been the dedicated rescue car for us at this shoot.
But then we have a lot of action, so I think we should move ahead and show some action. But what are we going to do actually?
The plan was simple, to take these SUVs and see how they fared under conditions most people living in cities would never even dream of. So let's get started.
The Wrangler is pretty much the last name you need to take while playing a game of 4x4 top trumps. It's the epitome of off-road capability. Purpose built to conquer the toughest terrains. It's an SUV that doesn't just go off the beaten path, but it thrives in it all while embodying the adventurous spirit that Jeep is well known for. So the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon is in news for the wrong reason. Now, of course, we all know the Mahindra Thar has launched the Rocks, the 5-door, which is being compared with Wrangler Rubicon. But it's not right because, you know, this is an American muscle and we have seen the power of this machine because this became evidently our rescue vehicle. It towed even the Hilux out of the mud. One thing which really goes for the Wrangler is the tire because it's so well threaded. It's actually meant for that off-road environment. And even the power and even the way articulation handles, the sway bar can be disengaged. And all of these factors makes Wrangler Rubicon a real off-road king. It's the king of the off-road. There is no denying it. I'm saying this because today I have realized it's just not the brute force. For example, a 3-liter Hilux or Force Gurkha, which looks behemoth. It is of sum of all factors which makes a great off-roading vehicle. Plus, it's a lot of fun to drive. It really handles the car in a way which is surprisingly nimble, and you know that you will get out of it. Only car which is not stuck anywhere is this. Even the Mahindra 4x4 3-door, because we didn't get the 4x4 Rocks, also couldn't handle the way it did it. Great job, Jeep.
The Maruti Suzuki Jimny is a compact SUV that punches well above its weight when it comes to off-roading. Despite its small size, the Jimny is built to tackle challenging terrains with ease, making it an excellent choice for those who need an off-road SUV that's easy to maneuver and live with on a daily basis. After saying all of this, the Jimny got stuck in the muck and we had to call the big guns to get it out.
It's not that we are not prepared. We have come to an extreme environment when cable cars like the Maruti Suzuki Jimny have got stuck. I don't blame the car because this is a very, very extreme environment. But we have this, the Mahindra Ultimate 4x2, 45 horsepower, but it's got immense grunt to take, in fact, anything out of that mud slush. Let's begin. Few vehicles can actually match the coolness factor when it comes to the Mercedes-Benz G Wagon. It's an iconic combination of luxury with off-road capability. The G-Class, with its 70s looks and heritage, isn't just any other SUV in the lineup. With its 3 locking differentials and a low-range gearbox, makes it one of the most capable off-road vehicles in the world. And this is the G400D, which is a more capable off-roader than all its AMG counterparts put together.
So I've always wanted to drive the G, and I am so lucky. I'm so happy that I got to do it today. Well, the terrain is rough, but I'm not taking any chances. I'm going to be driving it nice and slow, and I'm going to be taking this baby home. Not taking any chances with this beautiful, beautiful beast. So to be honest with you, I've driven the Jimneys of the world. I've seen all the 4x4s, but if you want my honest opinion, the G Wagon is it. And I don't want anything else. Honestly, take my word for it, this is the car.
Now I'm sat in the new Force Gurkha, the 5-door one, which gets a beefier engine. Now it's a 2.6 liter turbo diesel and it produces 138 brake horsepower and 320 Nm of torque. Now it's a proper 4-wheel drive, so you have 4 high and 4 low as well, and 2 differentials that you can lock up front and at the rear. Now they're manual, which goes with the theme of the entire car. Everything's extremely functional. There are no luxuries, but it just makes everything so capable. You also have a very good seating position that is quite towering, so you can see every obstacle that you are going to tackle. The only issue I have is that the seat is not height adjustable, so my knees are almost touching the steering wheel.
The Force Gurkha, synonymous with ruggedness and durability, has always been a favorite among off-road enthusiasts. Now this one is a substantial upgrade from its predecessor, making the Gurkha more capable and responsive, particularly on challenging terrains like today. The Toyota Hilux has earned a reputation for being virtually indestructible, and the latest model continues to live up to this legacy. Known for its durability and toughness, the Hilux is the go-to SUV for those who need a pickup that can easily handle the harshest conditions.
It comes with a 2755cc, 201 bhp, 500 Nm of torque diesel engine with a proper 4-wheel drive. That means it gets a high gear ratio, a low gear ratio as well, along with hill descent control and IMT mode as well. And when I'd initially driven the Hilux, I'd just taken it out for a spin in the city, and my complaints were that it's too bouncy, it's too big, it doesn't have the equipment level of a car priced at this price point. And now I feel those reasons are just so petty because it's such a fun, capable SUV when you just take it off-roading, and that's the beauty of the Hilux.
And with the merciless rains, even the Toyota Hilux got stuck in the muck.
Okay, now I'm in the Discovery Sport. It comes with a 2-liter diesel engine which produces 247 bhp and 365 Nm of torque, and it's paired to a 9-speed gearbox. And the Discovery Sport, it doesn't get a proper 4x4, but it's an all-wheel drive at all times. And in today's obstacles that we've thrown at it, it's fared quite well.
The Land Rover Discovery Sport, often considered the gateway to the Land Rover family, is far from being just an entry-level SUV. While it may be the most affordable Land Rover on sale today, it gets features like the Terrain Response 2 system, which allows the driver to choose the appropriate mode based on the terrain, adjusting the engine, transmission and traction control settings for optimal performance. So whether you're driving on grass, gravel, snow, mud or sand, the Discovery Sport adapts seamlessly, ensuring maximum traction and minimum slippage.
The only downside that I see over here in the Discovery Sport that I have managed to experience today is that the lack of ground clearance. It's around 210 mm and it's still better than the Gloster that we have on the drive, but it just scrapes the underbelly from time to time. Okay, now we are in one of the biggest SUVs that we have in the lineup of proper 7-seater, the MG Gloster, and it's a 4-wheel drive, but it's technically an all-wheel drive because it doesn't have a low-range gearbox. It does get a diff lock, and even though it's one of the biggest SUVs, it doesn't have the ground clearance to back it up. It's around 210 mm, which is even lesser than the Discovery Sport that we have on the drive today. And that, coupled with the big SUV, the heavy SUV, means you will frequently get stuck on the trails that we are doing today. So we've had to rescue it a few times, and because of which the gearbox has now started to overheat. Having said that, this is one of the most comfortable city cruisers and highway mile munchers. So if you want to go for a bit of soft roading, then you might just well get away with this. But if you want to do hardcore off-roading with the Wranglers and the G Wagons and the Jimneys and the Gurkhas of the world, this one might come up short.
Sanit, you came for Reiki, yeah? Level 1 you said. This is level 5.
I mean, we do everything extreme with Topgear, so we do some stupid things sometimes.
That is true, but we invited Mrs. World, Sargam, to come with us. We told her it'll be level 1 and now she's extreme. How was her experience?
Yeah, I mean, the last time I met you, Ramesh, you were wearing a suit and tie, and now I can see you all, you know, dressed in mud. Which brand is this, by the way?
This is Mud and Slush by Topgear. Special
It's a one-off, huh?
So
One-off, yeah.
We do once a year and then we sell that for auction. That's
Oh
what
my
it is.
God.
But guys, seriously, what a day it was, huh?
You were. And what a great lineup, right? Which was one your favorite?
So my favorite, I would not lie, it was Jimny, because it's compact, it's the colors are amazing, and the fact that it had so much power, I was not expecting it from such a compact car,
It looks
honestly.
compact,
Yes.
but it's quite capable. Actually.
Yes.
It's the mountain goat.
But you know what? Jeep Wrangler Rubicon came to a rescue. It became a rescue
So
vehicle.
many times.
So much that even it was rescuing the Mahindra Thar 4x4. I mean,
that was very ironic, but yes, it did. And I think all of that credit goes to the power it has and those off-road dedicated wheels. Like the rest of them all have 80 tires.
We
The
had
Wrangler-
issues with the MG Gloster because the gearbox overheated.
Gearbox overheated
It's
a
not
bit.
meant for an extreme environment like this level 5.
True.
But you know, you cannot really take that anywhere.
And let's not forget this beast.
Yeah, so the tires are not the right, but since it's such a powerful engine, it can just come out of anywhere. We had some issue there because there was some mud slush and it went extreme because you know the size of the car is so big that you always don't know where it will go, especially in this mud environment.
Absolutely.
But apart from that, I think Hilux is my car. What do you have to say?
I mean, one thing I've realized is like when you get an off-roading vehicle, the first thing that you need to upgrade are the tires.
Tires.
You need to get proper off-roading tires that will help you get through all the slush. And that's, I feel, is the biggest obstacle that we've dealt with all day.
True.
Right? Even the Discovery, we
No,
had
no.
the...
Another obstacle is rains now. We have to cut short.
Okay.
It was great. We have more fun to do. And glad you enjoyed your G Wagon.
I loved it.
You turned away from G Wagon. And good if you didn't bring it to that experience because
Yeah, true.
eventually who brings a luxury car like G Wagon to this environment?
Yeah, not me.
Right? We didn't
Every
have
G Wagon's biggest fear.
which you can say. Though it's capable, I'm
It
sure
is,
it can
it
do
is.
anything, but
You
no one
wouldn't
will
want
bring
to
it
take a
here.
risk,
I
yes.
mean, I don't think most people would care about it because most G owners wouldn't take it off-roading. But we still had some fun with it.
Which one will you pick if you have to give you one car?
Well, G Wagon, because I don't want to take all this risk, and I
G-Wagon
don't
is
want
not
to
an
get
option. It's on the option list. Which one otherwise?
Then I'll pick Jimny because
What about you?
it's compact.
I'm picking
amazing.
the Wrangler, for sure, the Wrangler Rubicon.
Guys, thank you. I'm going with the G Wagon. See you on the next one.
But in the end, it wasn't about picking one winner. It was about rediscovering the essence of what it means to drive a real SUV. It's not just about getting from point A to B. It's about the journey, the challenging terrain, and the thrill of conquering the unconquerable. As we trudged back to our mud-caked convoy, tired but triumphant, one thing was certain. The spirit of adventure was alive, and well, all these machines were the proof.